What's poppin', T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea All Shade Claws Season 1 Episode 4 review. So we start off this week's episode exactly where we left off last week with Desna and Roland in the bed fucking, and he is fucking the dog shit out of Mama. And I was wishing that that was my type puss that he was running up in. He tells her to grab his neck and he's squeezing it, and she like, oh, this nigga still on this shit. He switches up on her and then starts choking her. And so she's like, you know, let me go, whatever. And he tells her Uncle Daddy is going to find her and put a cap in her ass. So we hear in the background Dean saying Desna, Desna, but she's, you know, swirling around in her sleep, and then she jumps up out of her sleep and she's sweating profusely and she's crying, and she goes to the door and Dean asks her, she okay? And she's like, I'm just having another nightmare. And I was like, girl, that dick was lit through. It got you over here having all kind of night dreams and night terrors and shit. I don't want no white dick. No, thank you. Even though we see that it was a dream and that Roller wasn't real, I still am holding out hope that he's not dead. Something is just still telling me by the end of this season, we're going to find out that he's not dead. While he's at the shop doing someone's nails, when Lawrence Fishburne's wife comes in, and her name is Heather. And Holly looks and says, Sally Bates. And her voice went down like 5 octaves. And her accent is just on 10. And Sally says, what the hell are you doing here doing nails? Don't tell me Arnold hit the can. Polly says, yeah, butt cancer. I decided to write a novel about a nail salon. And Jen comes in late and asks where Virginia is, as Virginia walks in and asks, has Jen heard anything about Roland? Jen says Bryce and Uncle Daddy are out looking for that Tittis guy. That just still makes me laugh. Tittis. Jen says, are you serious? Polly then says, isn't Tittis the name you overheard when you were kidnapped? And Virginia says, yeah, and why are you talking like that? So Sally tells Heather, your book is going to be a bestseller. It's just like a multi-ethnic Steel Magnolia. So they looking like, bitch, oh what? Desna is dressed for the day. She got on a really sexy purple bodycon midi dress, giving us some Purple Rain fever. And Dean is stretching in the living room so he can become a bodybuilder. I cannot stand Dean. But as he's stretching and shit and they're talking, Desna's flipping through the mail when Dee sees a pamphlet of this creepy looking white people that look like they need to be in the sunken place. So he freaks out and she's like, what the hell is going on? And Dean says, I thought the Coonses were in Tallahassee. And Desna looks at the pamphlet and say they must have moved. Hands up, Dean, hands up. I'm going to put on your favorite song, because he's freaking the fuck out. And I'm like, the Coonses writer, the Coonses, y'all play too damn much, but I love it. So Desna starts playing On the Wings of Love, only the two of us, no matter where we are. Uncle Daddy calls in the midst of all this chaos, and he says that things are moving slow at the clinic and asks how she's going to pay him if they ain't got no customer. Dean is singing in the background with his hands up, and the music is loud, and Desna's like, I'll take care of it, but I got a family thing going on right now. And Uncle Daddy says, business is business, and your payment is due right now. I guess I could give you a layaway plan. Your people seem to love that, don't they? I was like, excuse you, cracker. I hope that damn tattoo you getting on your back, you gangrene, motherfucker. So Desna say, nail technician, is that what the fuck you mean? So Uncle Daddy say, I know that $88,000 is pretty steep, so y'all can give me $500 every Friday and we'll be squared up. Desna say, that'll take over a year. And Desna, he was like, basically, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, ho, I don't give a fuck, ho, I don't give a fuck. So he hang up the phone. Desna goes back over to Dean. She got one hand up while she's rubbing the top of his head, and he crying and she crying, and they both singing On the Wings of Love. And I just felt so bad for Desna in that scene, because I just want her to be able to go somewhere and take a nap. Like, Desna needs like a nap where she sleeps for like 5 days and gets room service and don't nobody bother her. Dean need to go to somebody's house for a motherfucker sleep over some shit, and Desna just needs peace. Jesus, give her some peace. So Des is in the car with Dean, still trying to calm him down. She tells him that the Coonses can't get to them. And at the shop, Sally is telling a story about how she and Polly fucked some identical twins back in the day. And she overheard Polly screaming. And she went and busted down the door, and come to find out, Polly was mad because she was fucking some white boy with a micro dick. So Des will pull up to the shop, and she has Jen come outside, and Jen says Holly in there scamming some white woman Betty who calls her Heather. And Des says she at it again. And then Desna tells Dean to get out the car as Virginia comes out to tell Jen her client has to leave. So Dean speaks to Virginia in Chinese or Korean, Japanese, one of them. She speaks back, and Desna say, cut that shit out. Not today. Just say, not the motherfucking day. Take him inside. Jen say, what's going on with him? And she say, he saw one of our old foster parents. And Jen say, which one? And Des say, the bad ones. And she say, the one that made you eat out of dog bowls? Now see, bitch, that's who you need to be killing, Desna. The motherfuckers that had you over there eating out of dog bowls and shit. Like, what the fuck? You ain't Dreyfus. She said, they treat us like animals. Can you keep an eye on him while I go down to the clinic, because Uncle Daddy is on a warpath? Jenny said, I'll keep an eye on China Doll and make sure she don't fall on his dick. I was like, y'all go quit shading Virginia and her loose pussy. Virginia like she fucked niggas for a pack of Marlboros. Or a pack of Virginia Slims. Dr. Berkman is at the clinic stressing over his ex-wife who's about to marry some other man, while Bryce is trying to go over the paperwork. Desna comes in and say, we need to increase the foot traffic around here. I'm not about to be his bitch for another year. I want to sell 10 times the inventory at a slightly higher price. And Dr. Berkman say, we can't. The feds would be all over us. And Desna say, we buy from multiple wholesalers and spread the love. Dr. Berkman says, we would need 20 G's to order what we need. I don't have that. Desna then hand over the money, and Dr. Berkman says, where you get this from? And she said, my trust fund. Mind your business, cracker. Mind your business. Sally and Polly are make plans to get up the next day. And Desna says to her after Sally leaves, don't backslide now. I thought you were cleaning up your life. And Polly says, I am. It's just a friendly game of tennis. So Desna says, how you think that ankle bracelet gonna fit in at the country club, Miss Thing? You ain't think about that, huh? Did you, huh? Desna turns over the shop sign to close and tells the girls that we need to come up with a way to increase the foot traffic at the clinic. I need ideas. So Jen says, when I was in high school, I needed money for an abortion, so I wore a bikini and sat outside a car wash with a sign. I raised enough for 2. I was like, you's a whole fool. And I just think the lady that plays Jen Lyons is so pretty, and I love her shade. She a thick one, honey. Thick with it. Yes, thick with it. Oh. Desna goes with Jen's idea, and she say, bust out your bikinis, bitches. And Jen say, I am not bikini ready. You don't know how hard it is to lose baby weight. And Desna say, baby weight? Your baby is 4. I was like, don't shame her, Desna. My son's 17. I still ain't lost a motherfucking baby weight. Desna then say, we could just wear our Vanity 6 costumes and we wore the karaoke. And Virginia like, who the fuck is Vanity 6? They like, bitch, young fish. Don't the fuck, what? How you don't know who the fuck Vanity 6 is? They were Prince's protege. And I was like, tonight, do you want to come with me on my own little nasty world? Tonight, do you want to come with me? You think I'm a nasty girl? Yeah, tonight, do you want to come with me? Don't get me started up in this bitch. Uncle Daddy and Bryce then come in the shop and say, Virginia, I need your services outside. And they all looking like, what the fuck? So Des and all the girls go out back, and we see Chip pull up, and he pops the trunk, and out comes this white man in the suit, and he beat up and shit. And Virginia's like, Des said, you know who that is? So she was like, no, I don't know who the fuck that is. Everybody nervous. So Uncle Daddy say, is this one of the assholes who killed my baby boy? Virginia said, I don't know. And Uncle Daddy said he works for Tittis Industries, and he had a beef with Brola. And the man say that was 2 years ago over the invoice. So Virginia's like, I never saw who did it. I only heard them. So Uncle Daddy say something, nigga. Say something. So Virginia say it doesn't sound like him. So Uncle Daddy then pulls out a gun and points it at the man's head. And everybody's like, oh, Jesus be offense. Not today, Satan. Uncle Daddy say, is this the man who killed my baby boy? And Virginia say, no, Uncle Daddy, I don't think it's him. So then he points the gun at Virginia. And everybody, oh, shit. Now, please don't shoot my weave. All the girls rush over to Virginia to protect her. Uncle Daddy say, you said Tittis. He works for Tittis. And Virginia say, he didn't do it. Uncle Daddy say, you lying to me? And she say, no. And then the man say, I work for Titus. not titties. Uncle Daddy say, Titus. Oh shit. And then pow, he shoot that motherfucker. Everybody's like, ah! So Uncle Daddy say, you better find out who killed my baby boy. Clean this shit up. And then Bryce damn near shits on himself while he looking at Jen like, what in the fuck have I gotten myself into? And I was like, well, you want to be a part of the life, motherfucker. Buck up. Chip and him then pick up the body and place it in the car. And I was like, shit done got motherfucking real. Ain't nobody got time for this. Desna is talking to Virginia in hushed tones as the girls are cleaning up the blood from the pavement. And she said, what the hell, China doll? I thought you said you made up the name Titties. And she said, I did. I saw it on the back of an IV bag. How was I supposed to know there was a man at Titus Industries that had a beef with Roller? As it said, you were supposed to think, dumb. We're screwed. So Virginia said, you're not the one who killed Roller. Like, bitch, if anything happened, I'm the one that's gonna get shot. So Desna said, go in there, get the clean rags. We gonna sell them pills and we gonna get from underneath all this mess. Uncle Daddy eats some chicken nuggets and ranch dressing as Chip is cutting up that man's body to bury him. Chip and Bryce got blood all over them. Uncle Daddy tells Bryce to cut his plans for the next day because they have to stay after whoever killed Roller because they robbed him too. Bryce say they robbed him and Uncle Daddy say, yeah, hell yeah, 50K out there safe. One more slice and you up, baby boy. And Bryce say, what does that mean? He say, the gators ain't gonna feed themselves. He like, fuck, I gotta put my hands in this shit. So at this point, he's a full-blown accomplice to murder. And I'm like, god damn, Bryce. And so Bryce throw the fuck up and I almost threw up too. Polly is playing tennis with Sally and she's wearing pants to cover up her ankle monitor. And after they get done playing, Sally tells her that it sucks taking care of that old ass, wrinkle ass husband of hers. And then she gotta change his bedpans and sheets and shit and act like she care all the fucking time. It's just too much stress. She's walking and as she's walking, her kegel ball fall out her pussy on the ground. And she was like, girl, shit, I gotta keep this box tight for my little boy toy. And I was like, that was disgusting. I know it smelled like fish. So Sally asks Polly, how much did Arnold leave you? And Polly lies and says 20 million. And Sally says, with 3 ex-wives and 4 greedy children, I won't even get half of that. That's why I keep a little money for a rainy day like Shawnee O'Neal. So she asks Polly to meet up the next day at her place for an afternoon swim. Polly's like, girl, my house is getting renovated. Sorry, I ain't gonna be able to do it. So she's like, you know what? You know what? You come over and stay at my house and stay in the guest house. And Polly was like, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. I'm such a blessing that you came back in my life, girl. And she give her a hug. So the girls are dressed in their leopard print finest, honey. They was giving me some Forever 21 Charlotte Russe tees. Yes, God. Some Windsor wet seal tees. Yes, God. Desna got on her Fashion Nova boots, bitch. I was like, come on, bitch. And like a whole Instagram ad. So they all passing out flyers for the clinic when Jen's daughter calls and says that is acting cancel going to Chuck E. Cheese and then he's acting really weird and funny and to come home because she's scared. Now mind you, you saw that it was a little black daughter that called because these black kids know better. This nigga coming here blooded and shit making me eggs. We don't do that around here, cracker daddy. We don't play them type of games. That black baby dude called her mama because some shit was running amok and that black baby ain't had time for that shit. She tried to go watch Blue's Clues and this nigga here acting like he got that one bit of sense. The girls go to Jen's house and Bryce still got blood and shit all over his clothes from the day before and he's fixing the damn kids grilled cheese sandwiches and he in a catatonic state and Dad say, whose blood is this all over you? And then he tells them what happened and Dad says, go sit down, we gonna get from underneath this. And Jen said, it's a different situation for you, you're not related to him. They gonna keep cutting up people till they find out who killed his goddamn brother. Jen takes Bryce back into the room and Desna tells the girls that they gotta step their game up to get more customers. And Quiet Ann says Peter Pan. So Desna say, we're gonna go over there tomorrow and poach their customers. And Polly says, I can't go. And Desna say, we are in a state of emergency, girl. Polly say, this is a state of emergency for me too. Me and Sally are having brunch tomorrow. She's offering me her guest house. This is my chance to get out of the ghetto. So Desna say, go ahead, Polly. Be bougie, bitch. Be bougie. Be bad and bougie. So Polly say, I'd rather be bougie than broke down. Desna still seeing Roller and shit in her daydreams. And then we switch to Uncle Daddy, who is laying out on the pool on the lanai watching his little white meat doing synchronized swimming with a bunch of synchronized swimming dances and shit. I was like, what in the hell am I watching? But it's so great. So Jen then goes to see him, and she looks really cute in that scene. And Bryce, she says Bryce isn't cut out to do your wet work, meaning killing and chopping up bodies and shit. He's not Roller. Uncle Daddy said give him time. And she say, if you keep on pushing him, he gonna fuck up some shit. And Uncle Daddy said, I feel your pain, I'll see what I can do. And so then his little white dick in the pool say, I picked out my new titties, Jen. Uncle Daddy say, yes you did. I'm gonna make him look like a supermodel. And I was like, y'all are so fucking twisted, and I live. Shit, I wanna be Uncle Daddy little play toy. Shit, all I gotta do is synchronize swim and just be cute all the time and pop my pussy for a real nigga. Why not? So the girls are passing out flyers at one of Uncle Daddy's, I guess, other businesses or whatever that sells drugs for him. And Polly goes to see Sally at her house, and Sally tells her that the guest house is being cleaned, but that she can come move in on Tuesday. So her old man is laid up in the bed on oxygen, giving me Anna Nicole Smith realness. Then we switch to the clinic, and it's back popping with custom. I mean, they got motherfuckers in and out. So then we switch back to Sally and Polly, and they get massages in the backyard when her ankle monitor starts going off. And then one of the massages say it's coming from her boot. Polly pop up to try to hide it, and Heather's like, no, it couldn't be. And she say, are you recording me? Are you some kind of spy-ass lawyer scene? And so she starts wrestling with Polly to get her boot off. Polly like, bitch, get off me. Back the fuck up, bitch. Give me 50 feet. So she gets her boots off and sees that she does have on an ankle monitor. And Polly, at this point, is forced to admit that she was in jail. Sally realizes that everything Polly told her was a lie, including her name and everything about her past. Polly then admits that she's from North Carolina and that her father on car interiors and her mom taught learning to disabled children. And Sally like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about none of that bullshit you giving me. Get up out my shit. It's time for you to go. And Polly's like, but we're just the same. Just like I conned you for a friendship, you conned that old Donald Trump dick up in there, just like I did. We're both con artists, except only one of us knows it. And she's like, girl, bye for bitch. And Polly said, you bougie bitch. You bitch. And then she leaves. Desna, Bryce, and Dr. Berkman are counting up the money for the day, and Dr. Berkman gives Desna back the 20 G's that she invested in getting them more pills. Where you get that from? And she's like, my credit card. Mind your business, whitefish. Dr. Berkman says we're just 15 G's short of what we owe Uncle Daddy. Bryce asks for the code for the safe, and Dr. Berkman says it's Roller's birthday. It's the same code that he used for everything. Bryce is kind of looking at him like, okay, and then he gets even more suspicious when he opens the safe and he sees a gun in the safe. So now he's expecting that Dr. Berkman was the one that killed Roller. Then we see Desna get a phone call from Polly, and Polly's on the bus crying her eyes out, just saying she is sick of her life and she can't do it no more. And Carrie Preston, bitch, let me tell you something. You acted your ass off in that fucking scene. I was so connected to that scene and the following scene after it. Oh my God, it tugged at my heartstrings and made me think of my own life. And so we see Desna and Polly sitting outside the shop at night on the curb. And Polly says, I'm 45 with no car, no kids, and the only sexual partner I have involves batteries. I'm miserable. I was like, wow, we have all as people been in that state where we are just tired of life. We're just tired of working so hard and getting nowhere. We're tired of our dreams being dashed. And we all have those moments in life where we just want to just wave the white flag, lay down, and just say, I'm done with life. I want to just fucking end this shit. I'm tired, bitch. But you have a great friend like Desna in your life to lift your spirits up and tell you that you ain't got no patent on suffering. We all got shit going on, baby girl. And Polly said, but what if dreams never come true and this is as good as it gets? And I was like, oh my God, because me and my best friend literally just had this same conversation this morning. And I was like, oh my God, because I've been a national best-selling author now for over 12 years. I feel like I've reached my plateau as far as books are concerned. I'm trying to move my career into the Hollywood entertainment realm of it, and I've been working at it for 3 years now, and I've had several great opportunities come my way, but it never pans out and never works out. And I've seen so many snakes in the grass and people that will lie to your face and play games with you and get you build up to only let you down. And this industry can really take a toll on you, and I just want so much more for my career, because I know I have so many different talents as far as writing for television and wanting to act and host and do all types of different things. And I'm just waiting on God to open that door, and I'm just like, Lord, how much longer do I have to wait? I'm doing the work, I'm meeting you halfway. How much longer do I have to wait? And I know that we have to move on your time and not according to mine. And it's just like, what if this is it? What if this is all that God has planned for us, for me? And I'm just like, that's when you have to remind yourself that God told you, as long as you have faith as a mustard seed, he will give you the desires of your heart. And that he might not come when you want him to, but he is always on time God, and that he always told you that he will give you the desires of your heart. And you have to believe in that and trust in God that he will give you everything that you were asking for. And so I have to remind myself that. And in this scene with Polly, that just remind me of my own situations and people that I know. And you just have to stay strong and know that good times are ahead, and just keep on working, keep on staying a faithful servant of God, keep on continuing to be humble, sharing your testimony and praising him along the way. So that scene was perfect. Thank you, writers, for writing that scene, because it really touched home with me. So the next day, Desna is doing the Russian Mafia woman's nails, and the lady says, how is your boyfriend, Desna? His name is Roller, right? And Desna's like, I didn't know you knew him. And she says, you know, I know a lot of shit. So Desna tells her that he died. She says, well, where I come from, if someone kills your family, you hunt them down and bury them in a barrel full of rats so they can contemplate what they've done wrong. So if you haven't peeped game, she knows what Desna did. She knows Desna killed Roller. The lady leaves. Desna turns to the girls. She says, I'm 15 G short of paying Uncle Daddy back, and the quicker I do that, the quicker I can get the new salon. She asks for new ideas to come up with so they can get more money. Polly say, I know how we can sell the drugs and get some quick cash. So we switch to Sally back at her house, and baby girl is in a sickening ass dominatrix outfit, straddling her little boy toy, honey. And Miss Thing body was on fleek. That woman got body for days, and I know she is damn near in her 50s, and this woman's body rivals any 20-year-old bitch out here. Yes, ma'am, for that body. I know Lawrence Fishburne can't handle all that jelly. Yes, God, I wanted to fuck you. My dick got hard, and I ain't got no dick. The girls see her, you know, whipping him and shit, and then they start clapping, and she look up like, what the fuck? And we see that they were recording her the whole time. So they tell her they want 15 G's, and Sally say, so you trying to rob me? And Jen say, who do you think we are? Some multi-ethnic Steel Magnolia trash from Palmetto? So Polly say, go get that rainy day fund, bitch. Dr. Bergman is leaving the clinic so he can go crash his ex-wife's engagement party. Then we see Desna going to pay Uncle Daddy, but he's not there. His little young dick tells her that he and Bryce figured out who killed Roller, and they're going to find him. So Desna is panicking. She goes outside in the back where the girls are and tell them what's going on, and she makes the girls take Jen home in case Bryce comes back there. And she tells Virginia, bitch, you coming with me. Jen is on the phone talking to Bryce, and he tells her that Dr. Bergman killed Roller. She was like, he didn't do it, calm the fuck down, but she can't stop him. Desna goes home and tells Dean to pack a bag for a hotel stay. Jen then calls Desna and tells her that Bryce thinks Dr. Bergman killed Roller. Desna calls Dr. Bergman to stop him, to tell him what's going on, but he answers the phone thinking that she's trying to stop him from going to the engagement party, and he hangs up on her. So he's at the engagement party, and he's disrupting everything, and the guests are dragging him out, and he telling his ex-wife he never gonna make you squirt like I do. I was like, tell my motherfucker. So outside the hotel, he grabbing his dick like, fuck you. And then we see Bryce pull up behind him and put a pillowcase over his head and stuff him in the trunk of the car and speed off. And the episode goes off. I love this show so much because every week there is a new layer added to the story, a new surprise, a new banging cliffhanger. I love this show so much. I cannot say enough about it. I give tonight's episode an A+. Let me know what you think about tonight's episode down below in the comment section, and make sure to like and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell button so you can know when my videos drop. I love you guys so much, and I will see you all tomorrow for my Love and Hip Hop season finale review. Have a great week. Bye.